Well, hello. If you are here, let me know that you're here. Say hello. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me know what you will be reading if you're reading, or what you're going to be doing during the sprints. So there's always a lag in StreamYard, so I'm going to pull up another window. Going to Hey, Rebecca, how are you? Thanks for coming. Hello, T. Morgan, how are you? Thanks for coming. I appreciate you being the first one here, Rebecca. I appreciate you all, for that matter. So I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. So what my plan is tonight, I don't know how long I'll go, maybe 2 hours total, so maybe 10:30. I'm not sure yet, so we'll see how many people trickle in and such. So hi, Katrina, how are you? Thank you for coming by. So what my plan is, I don't know if you noticed in the description box, but I had planned to do the Black History Month book tag that was created by Helene over at Books by Linnaeus. So that might be high floor. That might be what I do in between reading sprints. So if that's something that you all would like for me to do, let me know. Just give a thumbs up in the chat. That would be great. And we'll probably in between reading sprints do 10-minute reading sprints. Not 10-minute reading sprints, but 10-minute chats. And then we'll see about the reading sprints. Hello, Leo. What is Promise Day? I don't know what that is. Hello, Ari. How are you? Not much is up over here. We're just getting started. Okay. Jesse Strauss, great. Thank you. Rebecca, thank you. Hello, Bethany. How are you? So, all right, great. Thank you, Floor. So what I asked for those that just came in, I plan to do the Black History Month book tag in between sprints. So I had asked if you want to do that, to just put a thumbs up in the chat, and that would be great. So hello, Jersey Femme. And hey, Emma Ray, how are you? So what are you all going to be out of frame? So what are you all going to be doing? Are you going to be reading? Are you going to be doing some other type of productivity? If you're reading, what are you going to be reading? Or, what are you going to be doing? So let me know in the comments. And hello, Josh. How are you? Great that you're here. All right. So we'll chat for a couple more minutes. See what people are reading. The Water Dancer. watching my husband stream on Twitch. So Emma Ray, I had to tap out of Injiri's live this morning. But are you starting a YouTube channel? Just out of curiosity? If you are, I'm here for it. The Sugat Lives of the Four Wives, formerly known as the okay. The Boyfriend Project. I have that, and I keep saying that I'm going to read it, and I haven't read it, obviously. How are you liking that, Floor? The Wedding by Dorothy West. That sounds familiar, but I don't know about that. Grading. And I'm generally reading Becoming. That is one thing I do not miss, excuse me, about teaching. And should I go back into teaching, that is the one thing that I dread. Not so much the kids, but the grading of papers and the creation of lesson plans. Not my favorite thing. Oh, sweet. Is your channel live yet? Or is it still in process? All right. So got to go over and subscribe, and everybody else go over and subscribe. I'm assuming it's Emma Ray Empowered. I'll be reading for class. Maybe I'll pick up Sula. Okay. All right. Girlfriend just got a Mac. Yay! I am such an Apple gal. More editing videos on my phone. Yes. I love Mac. 70 pages in and it's picking up. Okay. Started a little slow. All right. Sometimes good books are slow burns. So that's a good thing. Rebecca, right now I'm reading Women, Race, and Class by Angela Davis. All Boys Aren't Blue by George N. Johnson, and The Good Luck Girls. Okay. I started reading The Good Luck Girls, but I didn't finish it. All Boys Aren't Blue. I'm looking at it on my shelf. And I just literally the other day checked out from my library on my Kindle, Women, Race, and Class. So Rebecca, I think we are reading sisters. T. Morgan, Persephone Station. I have that. I started reading it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I've only read a couple of chapters. It's a chunker. And the Mountains Sing. Okay. So T. Morgan, how are you enjoying those two, especially Persephone Station? Not totally sure. I think it's good. Video will be up this week. Okay. All right. So let's see something real quick. I'm gonna pull up another YouTube window, and Emma Ray. I'm gonna stalk you real quick, Emma Ray. Emma Ray Empowered. Let's see what we find. Oh, I don't see you yet, so it may not be live yet. Okay. And reading Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. Hello, Alexandra. Thank you for joining. T. Morgan, I don't know how I feel about it either. Okay, it's good to know. Reading Memorial by Brian Washington. Oh my gosh, I feel like I know that one. Is that the one? Memorial. I think I know which one that is. So many books like in your head. Yeah, okay. So many books in my head. Okay, so I'll take these last two and then we'll start. Do you guys want to do a 30-minute sprint or something less just to get it started or something more to get started? Let me know in the comments and then we will get started. I'm trying to read more books that talk about the interconnecting of two or more different struggles. Okay, which is mainly why I picked up Women, Race. Okay, those are good choices. I'm going to assume, since I have not read either one of them yet, but I'm going to assume that they are, Rebecca. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Emma Ray. Absolutely. Yes. 30, 30, I see 30s, 30. I'll also be switching to Wings of Ebony. It's so good. Okay, I have a whole stack of books behind me, and one of my books is Wings of Ebony, and I am so excited. It's a signed copy. So, and I absolutely, I love the naked cover. I love that. So, yeah. All right. So I see a lot of 30s. Cool with Itty to start. Hello, Salter. How are you? Hey, Val. Oh, you're fine. We just got started like, what, 12 minutes ago. You're absolutely 100% fine. 30, 30. I'm hoping to get Wings of Ebony next week. Okay. Okay, so Josh, you and your TBRs though are like massive. So if you are on target with your TBRs, good for you. It just jumped. Okay. The whole first publishing assigned. Did not know that. Did not know that. That's wonderful. Yes, it is. I mean, I would have bought this book even if I didn't read it just for the cover alone, just because I'm that kind of person. I do a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, lately. I've done a lot of books for cover buys. Jackpot, okay. 40, Josh is an outlier. 30. All right. Hiya. What are you reading, Salter? All right, so we are going to go ahead. Let me pull up the timer. So we're going to do 30 minutes. Pull that up. And share my screen. There, I just wish there was kind of an easier way to do this, but there isn't. Or maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. That is not the timer that I requested. I don't like that timer. I think I was just bamboozled with my timer. So you all just chat amongst yourselves until I find the proper timer. And I'm going to mute myself real quick. And I will be right back. So yes, chat amongst yourselves. All right, so I found the right timer, and let's see what we have, and then we'll get started. Remember to smash that like button. Thank you, Val. Yes, remember to hit the like button if you like the content or like doing this. Same book, The Fountainhead. Oh, okay. We'll talk about that. Somehow is buying a bunch of copies of Wings for a bunch of bloggers and YouTubers. That's how I got it. Okay. Yeah, Ayn Rand. Yeah, she's a pill. Well, last time I said I'm a head out. Yeah. Okay. Where are most of them? Okay. Yeah. All right. So we will go ahead and get started with the sprint. And when we come back, we'll talk some Black History Month tag. So happy All right. Happy, oh, I was about to say happy reading. I hope you guys all had a good 30-minute sprint of whatever, whether you were reading or being productive, doing whatever it was that you're, or is that you're doing. So let's see. So tell me how you did, what you were doing, how far you got. So T. Morgan, SFF is just not my usual thing. I've actually heard that Persephone Station is a jumbled mess, and from what I have read so far, I kind of get that feeling too. It seems like it's a good premise, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Brittany from Melanin Eclectic has a review, or does she have a review of it? Anyway, she talks about it. I think she has a review, but she does talk about it. So if you want, check that out. Hello, Sarah. Is that Sarah? Okay, so you're going to be working. Great. Hope you get a lot of work done, or at least get what you need to get done. 30 pages. That's good. Got to chapter 4. How are you liking The Water Dancer? And I'm just being nosy, Emma Ray. What is your first video going to be? Is it going to be the booktube newbie tag, or is it going to be something else? Or you don't have to share. You don't have to share. Alexandra did more cleaning than reading, but got about 10 pages. Okay. Alexandra, did you say what you were reading? I don't remember. If you did, I'm sorry. 26 pages. So I am reading Ring Shout by P. Jelly Clark, and I am on chapter 2. So I don't remember the percentage. I like it. I'm enjoying it so far. I do have a question, a technical. Well, when I say a technical, I mean a question in regards to the plot, because I feel like there's a plot hole already in chapter 2, but it's a novella. It's less than 200 pages, so we'll see. It may circle back, but we'll see. You're welcome. 15 pages. That's good. Brown Girl. Yeah, you did say that. Brown Girl Dreaming. All right. How are you enjoying that? Really good. 136 on page 136. Good. 23 pages. It's better than I've been doing the last sprints. Okay, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're getting things done. Ring Shout is good. I'm enjoying it so far. We'll see what happens. What did you think of it, Val? I've been so curious about this. What is a tag and how do you find them? Is it a way to categorize a theme? So I will circle back to your question, Jesse, when I'm going to go through the comments, and I will circle back to your question. So Maria just talked freely. Okay. This is who I am. I was really nervous. Yeah. You know what, Emma Ray, whenever I film a video, and I've been doing this for, it'll be 2 years in June or July. And every time I sit down to film a video, I am so nervous. Even like coming to do this, I am like a manic, and I get so nervous and like stomach and knots and everything. So it's really weird, just kind of like sitting here talking to a camera, you know. Nobody is there but you. And it's weird. I'm not gonna lie about it. But I guess it gets easier. I don't know. I guess you find your stride. I haven't found mine yet, but I guess you find your stride. Okay. Clue books my grandmother gave me. All right, cool beans. Okay. Enjoyed Ring Shout. I've heard nothing but good things about Ring Shout, so I'm really excited to read it. And my faves in my collection. Okay. 6 pages of women, race, and class. Okay. Good. 13 pages read. Okay. So now let's get to the tag. I was going to share my screen, but I'm not going to do that because I cheated earlier and created banners. So what a tag is, it's basically someone creates a set of questions, and they are usually themed. Like this one is Black History Month tag, and whoever creates it, they'll come up with however many questions. Some are longer than others, some are really short. This one only has 7 questions, and what happens is some people actually tag other people. Like I might say in my video, these are the booktubers that I tag, Emma Ray, Ari, so forth and so on. I typically don't, because I don't know who's done the tag. So I just say, if you're watching this video, you're tagged. That's it. So it's really simple, and how you find them. If you not Google, but in the YouTube search, how I usually search is I'll put in like booktube tag. There was, and there is, and if I can find it during the next sprint, there was a website that had a whole bunch of tags in it. So yeah, if I can find it, then I'll put it in the description box, or in the chat. All right, so I will probably do the first 2 questions in the tag. We'll see. So the first question is, and you guys, please feel free to answer the questions as well, because of course, my TBR is not long enough, and I already don't have enough space. So why not add more to my TBR, and why not add more books to my already limited space? So the first question, what is a book everyone should be reading during Black History Month? Give 1 fiction and 1 nonfiction title. So I have 3 books here, but I'm counting 2 as 1, and you'll see why. The first one is the nonfiction, which is for colored girls who have considered suicide when the rainbow is enough, by Ngozi Shange. And this is a choreo poem. The women are unnamed, if you didn't know. If you don't know anything about it, the women are unnamed, and they go by colors. So like the lady in red, the lady in yellow, brown, so forth and so on. And each poem can be read individually, but it packs more of a punch when they're read together. And you can actually, if you want, I think I saw it on YouTube, the video, not the video, but the play on YouTube. And I had to read it in college, and then I lost my copy in one of the moves, so I had to get a new copy. And the introduction is done by Ngozi herself. But the reason why I like it is because it's emotional, and there are so many parts of it that I related to. because maybe I knew somebody that had gone through or whatever, but it talks about the daily struggles of Black women in America in a dilapidated housing project, and what they go through on a daily basis to survive. And there's one poem in here that really caught me, and it's because a friend of mine had gone through this, and it's called Latent Rapists. And in this poem, she talks about how women are taken advantage of. Oh, let's just say raped, and how the justice system looks at the woman like, what were they wearing? What were you wearing? What did you say? What did you do? In order to incite this, or in order to encourage this. So yeah, I recommend this. It's not, I don't want to say it's like history, but it's definitely something that I think everybody should read, just to get a feel of what Black women go through on a daily. So the next ones are James Baldwin's The Fire This Time, and Jesmyn Ward's The Fire This Time. So these are two essays by James Baldwin on the heels of the civil rights movement. It was published in 1963, and it's an experience. It's his experience, his thoughts on civil rights and where we were during this time of civil rights. And then The Fire This Time is a compilation of essays, and Jesmyn Ward is the editor. And it's just basically where we've come, how far we've come, how far we have not come, the same issues that we're facing, so forth and so on. So these are two that I recommend that you should read this month. Let's see. So let's take a quick little break and see what comments we have. 13 pages. Ring shout. YouTubers are brave. Thank you, T. Morgan. I appreciate that. You're welcome, Jesse. Watching BookTube for a while and I never really knew. Okay. It's a classic. Yeah. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Are you referring to For Colored Girls? I'm assuming that's the one that you're referring to. My Pick's Fiction, Copper Sun by Sharon M. Draper. I haven't read that. Would love to read it. Between the World and Me. Yes. Yes. I love that. Wandering in Strange Lands by Morgan Jerkins. Okay. Genesis Begins Again by Alicia Williams. Nonfiction, One Person, No Vote by Carol Anderson. Those are good. Haven't read either one of them, but I know everyone that has read them has enjoyed them. Warmth of Other Suns on my shelf right there. Those poems sound very impactful. They are. It's highly recommend. And I digress just a little bit, but when it was assigned, it was an old white lady who was my professor, and she was seriously out of the box on a lot of things. She even did voices when she would read out loud. It was great. I loved her. Nonfiction, Stamped from the Beginning. Okay, I have that. I was going to try and read it for Black History Month, but I figured I needed to mull over that. So take my time. The Warmth of Other Suns, Nonfiction, and the Gilda Stories. I will be doing a live with Josh on March 14th on my channel. and we will be discussing the Gilda stories. So mark your calendar for that. Selfish plug. Seriously need to read more James Baldwin. Yes, I've only read Giovanni's Room. Giovanni's Room was not one of my favorites, but I do recommend it. If you're going to pick up more James Baldwin, I would probably go back and start with Go Tell It on the Mountain. I love that you started with a book of poems. In that vein, would recommend the collection I Shimmer, Sometimes Too by Portia Ole Iwalu. I am probably pronouncing that totally wrong. And The Tradition by Jericho Brown. Okay. I also need to shout out All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. Great. Yes, I have that on my shelf. Let's see, what else do we have? The Worth of Other Suns. For Colored Girls, it's a classic. Okay. All right. Kindred. Yes. Highly recommend Kindred. Need to read. Yes. Can't wait. Rebecca says, funny because I ended up finishing One Person, No Vote a day before the CEO and the Trump administration were trying to suppress. Oh, yeah. That must have been great. Anger is a Gift, nonfiction, How We Fight for Our Lives. I started reading Anger is a Gift, didn't finish it because I got antsy. Yeah, I mean, I got what you meant with the votes, USPS. Go Tell It on the Mountain. Yes. All right. So let's do the second question. I really probably should say the second question for last, but I'm going to do the second question anyway. Which Black booktuber would you recommend watching and why? And I'm only going to tell you two. And let's see, I can share my screen at the same time. Hopefully it will go super, super fast. So the first one that I would say is Jonathan over at To Be Black and Loved. And I like him, and obviously share your Black booktubers as well, so that people, and I'm going to put the Black booktubers that you mentioned in the description box. So please do that. I like Jonathan. He's obviously a young Black male, and he's an educator, and he does brief reviews, but they are detailed. And I like the way he talks about books. So he just has a really calming demeanor when he's talking about books. So I like him. So I definitely recommend you go check him out. I think he's fairly new too. And the other booktuber that I will recommend is Hey It's Shay, or Shay at Hey It's Shay. And I found her through her Booktube newbie tag late last year. And I think she is, again, another one that's fairly new, but I like her. She has really great reviews. She's got a really good personality. She's kind of sarcastic. She's really witty when she talks about books. And yeah, I think she's in grad school as well, if I remember correctly. But she reads really widely too. They both do, as a matter of fact. So those are the two that I'm going to recommend. So please make sure you go check them out. And if you like them, subscribe, So let's go back through comments. Let's catch up on comments. And then we'll start another reading sprint. Let's see, where was I? Yeah, I can't wait either, Josh. It's been a long time in the making for this. So I can't wait for it either. I think I'm gonna have to go back and reread it, or at least skim it to make sure that I have things in my head. Yeah. Dramatic reading of All Boys Aren't Blue. What? What was that? Okay. That sounds fun. From Bookish Brown, because she recommends some great books. Yes. I will go with Ashley as well. Hey, it's Shay the Artisan Geek. Seriella, yes. They're all good booktubers. The second channel I'd recommend, Bree, yeah. Yeah, she does. She does. I remember when I first started watching her, I was like, I really like her disposition. Jessie and Bree, okay, yeah. Positive Writer, yes, I do. I don't watch Positive Writer that often, but when I do, I enjoy them. Editing skills, yeah. Bookish Realm Competition, yay! Kay the Reader, yeah. And Books with Kimberly, all right, I have to check out Books with Kimberly. Both Afro Latinx, and they are both queer. Awesome. Brown Girl Reading, yeah. Especially if you like literary fiction. And I love the way Dee Dee reviews. She tells you like it is. If you don't like it, then tough toots. Ben reads books. Yeah, I'm a fan of Ben Reed's books too. And he said that he was moving his channel. He was going to change the dynamics of his channel a little bit, but he's still going to talk about books. He's going to talk about movies and writing, which I think he already talked about a little bit on his channel. So, yeah. So next sprint, Bookworm and GH. Okay. Have to look that one up. I've never heard of that one. Okay. So we'll get our next sprint started. You want to do another 30 or what? Comfy Cozy Up. I've heard of them. I don't think that I've ever watched them. Starla. Yeah. Yeah. Starla is, I just watched a video earlier today that Starla had put out. All right. 30 minutes. All right. So shall we do another 30-minute sprint? I'll share. I think Ben will be okay. You know what, Josh? You are, again, an outlier. So if anybody else wants a 45, Josh, you're gonna have to fight for it. So as of right now, the 30s have it. Ari is number 2 for 45. Still, the 30s have it. Oops. Let's see. Val says 46. Are we gonna, is this gonna be like a Like an auction here? Well, okay, Ari, really, we can't say 45 multiple times in order to catch up to the 30s. It's one vote per person. See, this is what people were talking about, how people voted that weren't supposed to vote, and now we're going to have to talk about the election being stolen. No, Ari, not 50 minutes. You already cast your vote for 45. Would you like to retract your vote for 45? Is that what you're saying? Oh, nothing happened. So what happens when I sleep at night, when I'm sleeping, I have a tendency to sleep like this. So I bend my wrist down. So that's all this is. So I can put my kids to bed. Okay. How about Josh? No. She wants the diction. Okay. To meet in the middle. Okay. So I will get started in like 2 minutes. So we will do a weird one. Let's see. All right, so get your books ready, and we are going to get sprinting in just 2 shakes. And don't say I don't know how to compromise, because I do. How about that? So happy reading. All right. So, how did you all do? I left off at 18% and I got 4 more percent. So I started at 20. So I ended at 22%. So far, so good. I'm still only on chapter 2. I had to do some things, so I didn't get as far into it as I wanted to. So let me know how you did, how you are enjoying your reading so far, or whatever it is that you are doing. I also put in the comments if anyone is interested, the ultimate top 100 book tags, and it's a blog. So if you want to find some book tags and do them, there you have it. So let's see. Comments are really slow. So Ari got 20 pages in. T. Morgan switched over to The Mountains Sing by Nguyen Phan K. Ma, or is it Mai? And I'm really invested in the story. That's good. Always love it when you're invested in a story. It feels good when you're invested in a story. Val got to page 268, another 85 pages of Jackpot. Good, 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 good. 85 pages to finish Jackpot. Okay, that's good. Rebecca, chapter 5, page 87 of Women in Race. And I read 6 pages of Good Luck Girls. Now on page 259. Good for you. Got to page 178 of Brown Girl Dreaming. All right. Love the progress that we're making. 6 textbook pages. Oh, I'm sorry. What are you reading? What are you reading for, Bethany? I feel like I know, but I'm not sure. So let me know what you're reading for. So let's do a few more tag questions. And of course, Katrina finished the wedding. Yay, Katrina, good for you. Are you going to be reading anything else? Are you going to start something else or finish something else or try to finish something else? I went over to check on Brown Girl Readings video. Okay, good. So, all right. So let us do a couple more. Let's see, wait. Okay. Got a couple hours left. All right. Good, Josh. Or anthology. Okay. No, I did not know that. I thought it was something else. So it is definitely not ornithology. All right. Okay, so we're going to get on to some more tag questions, and we may do a few more because we did 2. There are 7, so I don't know, maybe 3. Is that right? My math is right. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 3 maybe. All right. So let's see. And of course, again, feel free to put your responses in the chats. So question 3, what is your favorite book written by a Black author from an African country? It's one author. I have one author, but 2 books. And that is, let's start with the first, Yajasi's Homegoing, and then her sophomore, Transcendent Kingdom. I really loved both of these books, and I don't want to say that they're my favorite. I don't read that many authors from African countries. I can be perfectly honest with you. I've probably, other than Yajasi, I've probably read only two others. And that is Chinua Achebe, and I am reading Ngugi wa Thiong'o right now. So that's all I've got. So if you've read any Black author from an African country, what would be your favorite book? Or do you have a favorite Black author from an African country? So let's see what we have. Wondrous and Tragic Life. Okay. Rebecca, I've been really invested in the story theme of The Good Luck Girls by Charlotte Nicole Davis because it opens up conversations. Shows a sexual harassment. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Hello, Emily. Ring Shout. Okay, I'm reading Ring Shout right now and Invisible Women. I read My Sister the Serial Killer. Didn't love it. I enjoyed it, but didn't love it. I do recommend it. So excited to have Transcendent Kingdom come in from Holds. Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's nothing, if you read Homegoing, it is nothing like Homegoing. Purple Hibiscus. Okay. Well, it's Purple Hibiscus. Yeah. May need to rethink things. But it's okay. It's still your favorite. That's fine. Homegoing and Before the Scandal, Purple Hibiscus. All right. All right. See you later, Emma Ray. Have a good night. I'll be on the lookout for your video. Jennifer. Okay. Yeah. I can never pronounce her name. Kentu, which I have here that I'm supposed to be buddy reading with Chloe over at Thistle and Verse. And I do want to read A Girl is a Body of Water. Okay. All right. So, next question. We did that one. Favorite Black classic. What is your favorite Black classic? And I have a bunch, but I chose this one because it's one that I always go back to because it's so musical, it's so lyrical, and it's Langston Hughes' selected poems. And I love Langston Hughes. I have like his complete works. I don't know where it is, but I know I have it somewhere around here. But I love these poems. And if you didn't know, Lorraine Hansberry's Raisin in the Sun is the title is, and some of the themes are taken from the poem A Dream Deferred. So yes, recommend you check out Langston Hughes. So favorite Black classic. What is your favorite Black classic? Really like this idea of doing the book tag during a live. It's more interactive and we get more recommendations. Yeah, I get a lot of recommendations too, which is, I mean, I like it. I like it. Thank you. Thank you, Alexandra. I appreciate it. And also, don't forget, if you haven't hit the like button, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do that. I appreciate it. And also, since Alexandra said this, if you'd like to see me do more of these types of videos, let me know. Or lives rather, where I do a book tag. And because I'm enjoying it, but I don't want to, if you guys don't like it, I don't want to do it. I won't do it, rather. Caper Boy, and Long Walk to Freedom, yes, those are good. Song of Solomon, yeah, I'm going to be reading that. Actually, I'm going to be doing a buddy read of that next month, I think. I have all of Toni Morrison's works except for, I think, 2 her novels, rather. Let me rephrase that. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. I was supposed to read that for Nonfiction November, did not. Color Purple, yes. I love If Beale Street Could Talk. Yeah. I have not read that yet. Their Eyes Were Watching God and Jazz. Good ones. Yes to live book tags. Okay. Beloved by Toni Morrison. Yes, that was my first beloved. No, The Bluest Eye was my first introduction to Toni Morrison, and then Beloved. And they are hard reads. Yeah, but good reads. There's also more live tags. This is really fun. Yay, I'm glad you guys like it. All right. So let's do a third question. It's 10:30, so we'll do a third question, and then we'll do another sprint, and then we'll finish up the tags, and then we will call it a night. How does that sound like for the final plan? Beale Street is such a beautifully written novel. I love everything that I've read by James Baldwin, except for Giovanni's Room. So Giovanni's Room and me just did not get along, and maybe it was just the time in which I read it. So might have to I always said that I was going to revisit it, so we'll see. Their Eyes, yes, one of my favorites. I'm actually doing a Zora Neale Hurston project where I'm reading through her entire collection. So yes, okay, yes to that. Sounds like a good plan. All right, perfect. Beloved was my first introduction. Yes. Good plan. All right, perfect. All right, so one more. Not that one, not that one. Not that one. Which movie, book to movie adaptation, documentary would you recommend watching during Black History Month? I have a list, but I won't go through the whole list because it's a long list when I was compiling this. One that actually just came on PBS, just aired on PBS, was about Maya Angelou. And it's absolutely fascinating. She lived a fascinating life. Another one that I would recommend you watch is on Netflix, and this is not by a writer. She was an activist, and it is called What Happened to Miss Simone. And it's about Nina Simone, who is a singer. I believe she was like jazz and blues singer. And she was a civil rights activist. She had bipolar, but at the time, bipolar disorder was not bipolar disorder. People just didn't know what was wrong. They knew she was acting odd, so to speak, but didn't know why. So, yeah, those are just two that I would recommend right off the bat. So let's see. Back to comments. What do you all recommend? Read it, Rebecca, read it. I'd like to know what you think. Even though I'd like to know what you think. I'll just leave it at that. Oh yeah, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. Yes. First documentary I'd recommend is the 13th. Yes, that was actually on my list. Because it will give more white people a better understanding of why systemic racism is a huge issue. Yeah. The Women of Brewster Place. Yeah. The 13th. Yeah. So, oh. So I went whitewater rafting, not recently, as a matter of fact. It's been a couple years, and it had been a few years since I had been, and I'm paddling along, doing my thing, along with other people in my thing, and I fell out and I hit my arm, my shoulder on a rock, and it hasn't been the same since. So every now and again it like starts to bother me. Not that you needed to know that, but I thought I'd share. Um, musicians, so I'm going to recommend Amandla, A Revolution in Four-Part Harmony, a documentary about anti-apartheid freedom songs. Oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. Another documentary I'd recommend, The Black Power Mixtape, 1967 to 71. It's a documentary about Black icons. Oh, yay. I'm glad I did this because I'm getting so many different things to pick up. It was produced by Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, The Women of Brewster Place, if that's what we're talking about. Yeah, was an Oprah Winfrey production. It includes interviews from icons such as Stokely Carmichael, and Angela Davis. Okay, yeah. Sounds fun. Well, not fun, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so let's do another sprint. Shall we go for another 30? Is that the plan here? Or how about this? How about this? If I can get it to work. Let's see. Okay, wait. What happened? Sometimes comments just kind of get wonky. Okay. All right. So get your books ready, or get whatever it is that you're going to do ready, and happy reading, or whatever it is that you're going to do. All right. So welcome back. Let me know how you did in your reading or whatever you were doing, your productivity. Had to do some adulting during this last sprint. Had to do some laundry. So I finished reading chapter 2 in Ring Shout, which puts me at 27%. I think I am probably going to have to buy the book just because, well, I don't have to buy the book. I want to buy the book so I can, because I've got a lot of notes that I've made for my Kindle, and I would like to have them written down. I could just write them down in a journal, but for some reason, I just want them in a book. So yeah, how did you all do? Emily finished Ring Shout, and you have 3 minutes left of Invisible Women. That's good. Good for you. Good for you. Let's see, page 297. Awesome. I hope you are enjoying it, Val. 20 pages. That is great. Laundry 2. Yeah, got to page 226. Okay. Switched to Wings of Ebony and read about 13 pages. Yeah, so all of that, good. Let's see, 20 pages. Page 67 of my ebook, All Boys Aren't Blue. Yeah, are you enjoying it? Hope you're enjoying it. I've heard such good things about it. I am ready to read it. And probably will be reading it rather soon. Page 37. It's got a reading journal for my birthday. Yeah. Are you bedazzling it, or is it you're just gonna be writing your thoughts, Ari? 16 textbook pages. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. That is something to be extremely happy about when you're reading textbooks. I just finished December, my textbook reading, although it was literature, so an education, so a little bit different than ornithology. Read a story into half and how long till Black Future Month. Okay, good. How are you enjoying that, Gina? 8 pages away from daily reading goal. I love that. Awesome. Okay, so we are into the home stretch on the tag. The last 2 questions are coming up. Really enjoy it. I loved that in most of the chapters, he was able to talk about the pressures of living a double life. Okay. That's something that I've heard a lot about. It's already so thorough and everything's... So I'll just be writing thoughts and things. Okay. At first, when I was reading it, I thought you were referring to Wings of Ebony, and I forgot about the reading journal. So that's why I was like, wait, that does not make sense, but I'm going to go with it. So, all right, Jessie. Yeah, you're welcome. I didn't even mention that in there. So if anybody is interested, or maybe I did, I don't know. If anybody is interested in book tags, if you are a book blogger, even Bookstagrammer or Booktuber, I linked in the chat the ultimate book tag. It's like 100 book tags I'll put it in the chat, in the description box as well. So it's probably going to take me a couple of days to put everything in the description box because, you know, I've got other things to do, but I will try and get it done as quickly as possible. So you all can have a reference point for the tag questions, suggestions, but you can also go through the chat if it's not posted by tomorrow, which it won't be. So All Boys Aren't Blue is my favorite. Okay. I was able to make connections between George's book and Angela Davis's book. Okay. All right. Awesome. So listen to some of the ring shout call and response videos on YouTube. Didn't know that they existed. Now I do. Knowledge is power. I may do a tag tomorrow for my sprints. Yeah. All right. So let's do the last two. So question number 6, what's on your TBR for Black History Month? I am not doing TBRs anymore. What I made a Twitter post. So if you're not following me on Twitter and you have Twitter, feel free to go over there and follow me. I'm not doing TBRs anymore because they're just so much pressure, unnecessary pressure, and it takes like for me anyway, the enjoyment out of reading. So what I've decided to do is to read first and foremost for projects that I'm working on, for buddy reads, whatever. So what I have here are, including Ring Shout, are for things that I'm working on in buddy reads. So we'll do this. So I've got Kentu, and this is for a buddy read with Chloe at Thistle in Verse. And then I have Zora Neale Hurston's Jonah's Gourd Vine, which I am doing for my Zora Neale Hurston project. And I mentioned it earlier that I'm going through all of her entire body of work as much as I can find. And I'm doing it in publication order. So Jonah's Gourd Vine. And then I've got Ring Shout on my Kindle and Black Klansman. So this is for another project that I am working on. What I'm doing is a fiction and a nonfiction that are similar, reading them, and then I'm going to talk about them. I haven't quite worked it out. So once I read both of these, Ring Shout and Black Klansman, figure out how I'll talk about them. So if you do TBRs, what is on your TBR for Black History Month? Or I will ask you even this, what would you like to read for Black History Month? Although we shouldn't just regulate our reading of Black authors and books with Black characters to 1 month. It should be all of the months of the year. Angela Davis case, how and why Black women have always been at the forefront of civil rights and women's rights activism in George Case's case. Okay. Sounds good. I did my Blackathon TBR. Okay. Sula by Toni Morris and Patsy. I want to read Patsy. The graphic novel Bingo Love. I did read that. So just an FYI, there is the Bingo Love that I initially read was, I'll say for lack of a better word, abridged. There is a Bingo Love that is more complete. It's called Bingo Love Jetpack. So I would definitely recommend, if you have access to that one, to read that one, because the one that's not the jetpack leaves a lot of holes. There are a lot of holes. and you're left like, well, what happened? So I recommend getting a jetpack if you can. I'm enjoying it. I finished 8 stories. Okay. A few, though, were difficult because of the words. Very sci-fi and not long enough to really understand. Yeah, I had that. I understand that 100% with How Long Till Black Future Month. Some of the stories are hit and some of them are a miss. Akinga, I know I pronounced that wrong. That's by Nnedi Okorafor. The Secret Lives of Baba Segi's Wives, Homegoing, yeah. You Should See Me in a Crown. Okay, The Weight of the Stars. And I added Wings of Ebony later on. Okay. Black Klansman for a class a couple of years ago. Did you like it, Alexandra? Copper Sun was on my TBR for Black History Month, and I've already read that one. The other one I want to read this month is Their Eyes Were Watching God by Hurston. Love it. If you recommendation, I read it many years ago, and not recently, but a few years ago, reread it via audio, and Ruby D is the narrator. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. I'm actually doing a panel for Queer Joy Book Club on the 28th of February. Okay. So y'all take note of that. Ari is doing that. I don't have a set TBR at this moment. I just want to read everything everyone's recommending. Okay, that's fair, dangerous but fair. Daughters of Jubilation. I've heard that is really good. On the come up. I haven't read it. Fledgling. So many books I have but have not read. So there's probably more. Yeah. Oh, and another one on The Bluest Eye. All right. That's a good one. Don't really do TBRs either, but I have Gutter Child. I've heard good things about that, and I've heard good things about The Gilded Ones. So those are 2 good reads I've heard about. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Very welcome. I want to get through as much as I can get by Alexandria House, some by Alexa Martin, and some by James Baldwin. Made a TBR for Black Author Readathon that I have yet to post on Instagram. Okay. Memorial Drive and Red at the Bone on my list. Red at the Bone is on my TBR. See Me in a Crown. Really, a TBR is just a maybe. I don't usually stick to them. Yeah, I started calling them when I was doing my blog on a regular basis. I called them TBR. I called them wish lists. Yeah, Ruby D. It's fantastic. You need to get into the Broken Earth trilogy. Yeah, you do. I'm just gonna say that. Black Klansman, it was very interesting and it brought up good discussion. Okay. Want to see what you think about it. We'll let you know. It's really short, so it's going to take me a few days. Made a Blackathon video TBR video with 9 books. In addition, I'm reading Brown Girl in the Ring, Maya and the Rising Dark, and How to Catch a Queen, Sula, and Remote Control. That's a lot for me. Received an autographed copy. Okay. Adaptation. Okay. So, and the last question is, drum roll, please. And I don't do drum rolls, sound effects. So imagine I did. Which new releases by Black writers are you looking forward to the most? So, I'm just going to share screen so you can see the pictures, because this is, well, it's not the only reason why, but just so you can see the pictures of them. And I didn't pull up the Goodreads for them. Shame on me. Where are they? Here we go. So this is one, Son of a Storm, and that is, maybe I should tell you what it's about. Son of a Storm. Son of a Storm. Oh. Son of the Storm. Maybe I should figure out how to type first. Well, I'm just going to go to Goodreads. You're going to see the whole screen. Just be easier at this point. So a young scholar's ambition threatens to reshape an empire determined to retain its might in this epic tale of violent conquest, buried histories, and forbidden magic. So, in the thriving city of Bassa, Danso is a clever but disillusioned scholar who longs for a life beyond the rigid family and political obligations expected of the city's elite. So I'm not going to read it all, but you can get the gist of it. So that's one. And the other one is Witches Steeped in Gold. And let's do this one. Really love that cover. And that's another one that I love both of the covers. That's why. Well, you can't see it. How about that? Because I didn't share my screen. Sorry. I thought I was on point, but apparently I wasn't. So here is Witches Steeped in Gold. Just see that cover a little bit better. I mean, that cover, that's the cover. That cover is just absolutely gorgeous. So I hope you think so too. All right. So, Witches Steeped in Gold. This is about, I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to turn the camera off. I meant to share. I think maybe I've had a little bit too much. I had a glass of wine. And it's an overpour. I always do an overpour. But anyway, so divided by their order, united by their vengeance, Era has spent her life in a cell, but every day brings her closer to freedom and vengeance. Jasmine is the queen's daughter, but unlike her sister before her, she has no intention of dying to strengthen her mother's power. Sworn enemies, these two witches enter a precocious alliance to take down their mutual threat. And I'll stop there. So I heard about Witches Steeped in Gold from another booktuber, and I don't remember who it was. And I saw the cover and I fell in love with it. And as I was looking for other books that I wanted to read this year, I came across Son of the Storm. And I was like, oh, I like that cover. Pretty cover. So there you have it. I'm all for the cover. All right, let's see final comments and then we will wrap it up. And again, if you have not liked, please do so. If you are here and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so if you like this. So let's see. Comments. Honey Girl, and Sorrowland. I didn't put Sorrowland on here. By River Solomon, and I can't remember who Honey Girl is by, but those two, yeah. I definitely, of course, and you know I love me some River Solomon. So yeah. TBRs. For the Ones Who Don't Say They Love You by Maurice Carlos Ruffin. Haven't seen that one. I have to check that one out. I'm also waiting on my copy of The Gilded Ones. Okay. I'm really interested in reading Blood Like Magic. All right. Concrete Rose. I've heard good things about it. I've heard mixed things about it, but definitely someone said to read The Hate You Give before you read Concrete Rose because it has spoilers. I don't know. Concrete Rose was one of them, but I've already read that one since it came out a month ago. I definitely excited. Sorrowland. Val, did you ever get into the Discord for An Unkindness of Ghosts? I stay at home with the kids all day while they do virtual school, so I have nothing much better to do. Okay, fair. The Poison Heart. All right. Gilded Ones. Gilded Ones. The cover. I love that cover. Great things about one of the good ones. Okay, that's good. How to Find a Princess by Alyssa Cole. And I know it's already out, I think, but I know when it's this close to okay. Is it out? I don't know. I kind of feel like it's not out yet, but I could be, and I probably am 100% wrong in that. Need more wine too. Yeah. It's a good thing. Well, it can be a good thing. Good night, Bethany. Thank you for stopping by. Honey Girl also looks like, yeah. I read the description for that, and I was interested in it. Yeah. The slow read of An Unkindness of Ghosts is going to be a lifesaver. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really fun. I tried the link for Discord, but it said the invite. Okay. I'll put, I think it's in another video. I think it's in the last video that I did. I put a new link in. So, and I'll check it to make sure that it's still good. Yes to everything that's been said so far. Darling by Kay Ancrum, and A Chorus Rises by Bethany Morrow. Kay Ancrum has another one that I want to read, and I can't think of it. I can see the cover just as clear as day. But I can't think of the name of it. It's I can't think of it. Oh well. Honey Girl. All right. Okay, folks, I appreciate it is my time, 11:42. I do not have to be to work tomorrow, thank goodness. But I appreciate you all joining me today. Oops, did not mean to share that. I appreciate y'all joining me today, and have a good night, and I will see you all the next time. I will not guarantee that I will do a tag each time, but now that I know that you like this, I will do more of it. So I will see you all next go around, and I gonna sign off, and you guys go ahead and finish your productivity, finish those 3 minutes of your audio or whatever it is that you have. So good night.